All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools you have for building wealth. And guess what? It's not about having a ton of cash, it's about your age. We're going to break down exactly how to turn the time you have right now into a massive financial advantage for your future. No, really, think about this for a second. What if being young was your greatest financial superpower? Forget about needing a high paying job or knowing some secret stock tip. The biggest asset you have right now is time. And when it comes to money, trust me, time is the ultimate superpower. So, what's the magic trick here? It all comes down to one incredible idea: compound growth. The best way to think about it is like a tiny snowball at the top of a huge snowy hill. As it starts to roll, it picks up a little more snow, getting a bit bigger. But then that slightly bigger snowball picks up even more snow on its next turn, and it just keeps growing faster and faster all on its own. That's exactly what compounding does for your money. And if you think that's just a cool idea, look at the actual numbers. If you invested just $1,000 when you were 13, it could grow to over $15,000 by the time you hit 53. And that's without you adding a single extra penny. That is the raw power of just giving your money decades to do its thing. Okay, so how do we get that snowball rolling? Well, it all starts with the foundation. The very first, the safest, and honestly the most important step you can take: saving. Think of this as building the launch pad for everything else. Now, the place most people start is a regular old savings account. And that makes sense. It's super safe, your money is protected, which is great. But there's a catch. The growth is painfully slow. It's like putting your cash in a high security vault that pays you a few pennies a year. It's safe, but it's not really growing. But here's a simple way to level up: the High Yield Savings Account, or HYSA for short. It's just as safe as a regular account, but it's specifically designed to pay you a much higher interest rate. The only real difference is you're making way more money just by picking a smarter place to park your savings. And the difference can be huge. Just look at this. After 5 years, $1,000 in a regular savings account might turn into maybe $1,005. Whoop-de-doo. But that same $1,000 in a high-yield account could be over $1,200. Same safety, totally different outcome. It's a no-brainer. There's one more safe option to know about, and it's called a certificate of deposit, or a CD. With a CD, you're basically making a deal with the bank. You say, hey, I promise not to touch this money for, let's say, 1 year. And in return, the bank gives you a guaranteed interest rate that's usually even better than a savings account. It's perfect for money you know for sure you won't need for a little while. Okay, so once you've got that savings foundation nice and solid, it is time to level up to the long game: investing. This is where we shift from just protecting your money to putting it to work so it can seriously grow over the years. Now, it's really important to know the difference between saving and investing. Saving is for your short-term goals. It's about safety, playing defense with your money. Investing is for the long term. It's about growth. And yeah, it comes with more risk. The value can go up and down. But that's why it also comes with a potential for much, much bigger rewards. The word investing can sound super complicated and intimidating, right? But it doesn't have to be. A fantastic place to start is something called an index fund. Think about it this way. Instead of trying to find the one perfect company to invest in, an S&P 500 index fund lets you buy a tiny, tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US all at once. You're not betting on one horse to win the race. You're betting on the whole race. Now, I gotta be real with you. In the short term, the stock market can feel like a total roller coaster. You're gonna see great years, and you're gonna see some really bad years. These ups and downs, they're totally normal. It's just part of how it works, and the absolute key is to not freak out when things take a dip. Because when you zoom out, the picture completely changes. This is what the market looks like over decades. I mean, look at that. Despite all the short-term craziness, recessions, crashes, you name it, the overall trend throughout history has been powerfully up. This is why investing is a long game. You're riding that big upward wave over time. So you get the ideas, you can see the potential, but what do you actually do? How do you go from watching this to doing this? Let's break it down into a simple action plan you can start like today. Step 1, and this is the most important: talk to a parent, guardian, or an adult you trust. Show them what you've learned. Because you're under 18, they'll need to help you open something called a custodial account. And then step 3 is just to start. Seriously, it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $50. The amount is not the important part. The habit is. And I really want to hammer this point home. Consistency is so much more important than big amounts. Someone who invests just $25 every single month will almost always end up with more money than someone who invests $1,000 one time and then just stops. That regular, consistent habit, that's your real secret weapon. If you only take one single thing away from all of this, please let it be this. Building wealth is about time in the market, not timing the market. Don't ever try to guess when the market's going to go up or down. Nobody can do that successfully. The winning move is just to invest regularly and let your time, your superpower, do all the heavy lifting for you. So there you have it. You have the blueprint. You've got the knowledge. And most importantly, you have the time. Your future self is literally depending on the choices you start making right now. So my question to you is, what's your first move going to be?